Welcome back to another episode of the Downsizing Roadmap podcast with your hosts, Jody Roscoe and Heather Fisher. We're talking about all things downsizing, from our own experiences with clients to guest experts. Let's make downsizing easier, one conversation at a time.
Hi, welcome to Downsizing Roadmap podcast. We have one of my favorite kinds of episodes today. We've got a little challenge, a 7-day decluttering challenge with one small win each day for a week.
I love these. These are the best because I think they just really help people build momentum. And we just play games like, each one's different and you just play the game of getting started. And I think getting rid of that overwhelm and tricking yourself into it if that's what you need to do. A little bit of success.
It's like back in elementary school, the gold star stickers that you got on your chart.
Right.
It's just a little way to keep yourself accountable to some small wins. And then once you realize, oh, that wasn't so bad, you can keep going and little by little take those small bites that add up to a huge amount of progress.
Yeah, I think it changes your mindset by doing, being consistent or learning to start to be consistent, changes your mindset around it, gives you that momentum, makes it feel like, oh, I can do it. I can do it. And just picking a habit and sticking with it. Today we've got kind of a grab bag of different things each day, which I think is perfect because you could go through this week and see which one, really changed your mindset or which one really has a lot more in that category that you need to tackle or which one felt easier than you thought it would be. And so after this, 1 week challenge, this 7-day challenge, then you can take that one piece you're focused on and build a new challenge, repeating that one over and Maybe
over.
Maybe pick the easiest one and stick in that category for a little while and really get some momentum going or something like that. So if you're feeling stuck or scattered or unsure, keep listening today. I'm Jody Roscoe.
I'm Heather Fisher. Let's get started. This one, like we said, it's 7 days of small challenges. We're going to go through them like in the order we have here, but you could mix and match. You could do them in a different order. You could do, one of the 7 every other day. You could do one a week, wherever you're at. Make it yours and just get started. Yeah,
I think that the number one thing we hear from people is, I just feel so overwhelmed. I'm totally overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. This feels too hard. So these are just, games that we're going to play to kind of get you started and make it a little bit fun. Let's just figure out which one works best for you.
Yeah, everything we're going to talk about really should be like 15 to 30 minutes maximum on each day of the thing. So we can all do this.
Yeah, and why it's going to work is, there's no perfect time. There's no perfect, people will be like, oh, I got to wait until I have a whole weekend, or I got to wait until, whatever, because that's just procrastinating because you just feel overwhelmed and you don't know how to get started. And we have a study that found that 76% of people are more likely to reach a goal when it's broken into small, specific actions with daily accountability. So make yourself a little chart, put the gold stars on it if that's what you need to do, big star, check it, whatever it is that you need to do for your 7 days, and make keep yourself accountable to it, but we'll help you break it into what those pieces are, and then you can get it started.
Yeah, absolutely. When you just say, oh, I should start downsizing,
that's too vague, too big.
Too big. What does that even mean? So any chance you have that you can define, I need to clean out this drawer this day, then you're just done, and then you move on and you make progress because you know what you needed to do and you did it, and you move to the next step and the next and the next until suddenly, your house is lighter, you've decluttered, you're ready for that next fun opportunity as to, what you're going to do with your time or your resources or where you're going to live.
I think what you said is so true. You know what to do next is what you just said. And so breaking it into small little things gives you that framework to know when you're done for the day and feel accomplished for it. Because if you don't do that and it's just this giant thing, you can do something and just feel like, that didn't even make a dent. Like that wasn't even, anything. And if you're like, nope, this is what I'm going to get accomplished today, it reduces your decision fatigue. It makes you feel like, look, I did what I said I was going to do, and I'm done for today. I can celebrate that instead of this whole like I need to do the entire house and this little speck that I did barely made a dent. Honestly, it's totally different.
Yeah, and honestly what happens is when we're looking at that big mountain that's undefined, we do nothing. We just keep thinking about, I don't know what to do.
Kick that can down the road.
We do, and years can go by.
Yes.
And then, your time frame for actually wanting to make a downsizing move might be upon you more so than it was, but you've not moved down the road at all, and that's when it truly is overwhelming and harder.
Yeah, for sure. So with ground rules. So each of the challenges. So it should take 15 to 30 minutes max. So we're not saying it's an all-day thing for 7 days. This is a quick 15 to 30 minutes. You don't need to finish a whole room. It might just be a corner. Of mental clutter. There's things that you walk by every day that you're like, I need to deal with that, and you just don't. So set a timer if you need a boundary so that you can know that you're done. And if you miss a day, it's okay. No guilt. We're gonna pick it up the next day. It's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Those boundaries really help, having that timer or just the one surface, however that's defined.
Yeah. Some stuff that you probably need to have on hand just so that you can focus and get what you need to have done is a donate box or trash bag and then a recycle bin. So there will be things to donate. There will be things that are trash. And maybe there's some things that you can recycle or whatnot. And maybe you might also want something that you're giving to somebody. There might be some that you're willing to just share with somebody that you care about.
Yeah, using Post-it notes or having some painter's tape nearby is helpful, so that once you've made a decision on something, if there's a reason it's still sitting there for a little bit, you don't have to revisit the decision. You just need to take action on where it needs to go at a later date.
Yeah, because the way that you can make something take 15 or 30 minutes is not touching the thing over and over again, right? You touch it once, you make the decision, you put it where it needs to go. It needs to go in the donate box. I'm giving it to Shirley, whatever that is. It's trash. It needs to go in another room. Don't go in the other room. Just put it, where you need to have it go in the other room, because you'll get lost in that if you do that. So have, you're going to make some areas to do it. And then, you might need a phone or a notebook to jot things down, take some notes, like, or some follow-up tasks, or maybe you take some pictures of things before they go, or, something like that. Write some notes or do something with your phone.
Yeah, that list will help you after the week is over to know, what's next, project-wise, or what was on your mind for what needs handled to take it full circle and be done.
Yep. Okay. So, day 1.
The first win. So, very simple. Choose one area that bugs you the most and start where that victory, where that win is going to feel the biggest.
Yeah, a drawer. Pick a drawer.
A drawer, something.
Your junk drawer, the nightstand drawer, your bathroom drawer. Yeah. Which one is you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what's in this, or this, I can't even open it fully. Like, this drives me crazy.
I think all 3 of those could be defined as junk drawers.
That's right. That's true. That's true.
I think there's no difference. I don't know what it is about nightstands collecting the most random assortment of things, and bathroom drawers collecting just too much.
Yeah. Well, you get something new and you don't let go of whatever you aren't using or didn't like or whatever's happening there. And so it just starts accumulating. That's what happens. That's how clutter accumulates in the first place. So, and drawers are a place we hide things. So that's, if you're a shover, you're shoving it in drawers.
Yeah.
Or cupboards or whatever. But definitely a drawer. So pick a drawer, and the one that irritates you the most, and take everything out of it. This is your victory is going to feel so good because it's the one that bugs you. So then when you open it the next time, you're going to be like, you know,
Yes.
right?
Motivate you to do more and more because you are visiting your win.
Yes. And so take everything out, right? We talk about that every time. It looks different when it's outside of the drawer. You can't just sift through it in the drawer and try to remove the things that you don't need or that you want to go in a different place. Everything comes out, lay it out on the counter or floor, whatever, wherever it works, and then start tossing and grouping things and rehoming them. Like, is this where this should live? You know, do you have batteries in that drawer, but also batteries in a different drawer? You know, start collecting like things together. So you're grouping things. Don't be leaving the room though, right?
Yeah.
If it needs to rehome in a different room in your house, then you're going to put it near the door and, you know, make a note if you need to of where it's gonna live now, and then only put back the things that belong in that drawer.
Yeah, as you're grouping things, don't organize them at that moment. You know, stay focused on where you're working, and you could go group and, you know, dump those batteries where the other batteries are, but don't start buying bins or finding storage for all of them together. You're going to find more in other places. Just start that loose grouping.
Yeah.
And if that's not the category you're working on right now or the drawer or cupboard you're working on right now, just let it live there for a minute, you know, till you get to it.
And ask yourself, does it make sense to have this thing in this place, right?
Yeah.
So if you have batteries in your nightstand and or batteries in your bathroom drawer, you know, but you also have them in the mudroom, you know, like, where are they going to live? And then that's it. You just know that it's not here.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense for them to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, this first win, this drawer is just designed to prove that it's not as hard as you thought.
15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Done, win, success.
Yes.
Day one.
Celebrate.
Over.
Yep. Okay. So we got our first drawer. We have a win. We're starting to get a momentum.
Yeah.
Okay. Day 2. Visual victory zone.
Yeah.
Clear one high traffic area. That could be where you drop your papers. It could be the mudroom. It could be the kitchen counter.
Dining room tables.
The dining room table.
Become drop zones for people. Even if you have a designated drop zone,
it can be very messy.
It can just
have too many things.
Everything gets dropped and nothing gets picked
Right.
back up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We moved back probably 5 months ago, and I realized as I was cleaning through my office over the weekend, I had at our last house that last week we were moving, I scooped up that pile from, you know, the drop zone of mail and papers and whatever random stuff into a, you know, plastic grocery bag. And that bag is still sitting in my office. I never even unpacked it to the new drop zone. So that's on my list. So we're all there. I mean, this is what we do all the time. And it still is easy to fall into that trap of piles that you don't address.
So it's probably the place where when you have stuff that you don't know what to do with and a guest is coming over and you sweep it to that place, that's probably the place that you need to start, right? If it was all on your kitchen counter and then it goes to another place, like mine goes to my desk, my home desk, that's the place that I need to start.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that those places that are in the traffic zone as you come in for the day often become the place where, you know, when your kids were at home, they dropped their backpacks and the mail gets dropped and I need to RSVP to this, so I'll put it here to remind myself. Those are the zones, but they're often multi-use, and so you stack it all when it's time to eat dinner or when it's time to do something. It's often somehow in the vicinity of the kitchen and dining areas because that's a flat surface that's convenient. But if you're just scooping it up and stacking it, it really could be handled in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
If you make that a habit every day.
Yeah. And we're not trying to come up with a whole system on this one. We're just literally trying to declutter for visual peace. You want it to look peaceful and clean and, you know, if it's a bunch of junk mail, throw it away. Like if it, you know, if it got into the house when it shouldn't have, or what that looks like, if it's something that needs to be, you know, handled, You need a little spot where all the mail that needs to be handled goes that's not on the kitchen counter.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so you've got day 2, the visual victory zone, check, done.
Yes. You'll feel calmer every time you walk by.
Yeah. Day 3.
The emotional backpack. This is dipping our toe into something emotional that maybe you've been delaying a decision on. It's not big. It's not a whole category. It's not every photo. It's not every box, in the basement of family heirlooms. But if there's something you've just been kind of waffling on and not quite sure, or you've decided that you want to give it away or need to, but you haven't taken action and it's still sitting there, that's the one to address today.
Yeah,
Day
one
3.
sentimental item. It could be a card. It could be a keepsake. It could be something that's handed down from your family. Somebody's from a loved one. It could be something that you took from, somebody who was a loved one. And the options are you're going to keep it with intention, which means that it's going to be in a prominent place where you look at it all the time or you use it.
Yeah.
And you're going to care about it and love it and enjoy it. You repurpose it. So it goes somewhere else. You photograph it maybe and let it go. So those are some of the options of what you can do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's donate it. Maybe it's give it to somebody who wants it, but they have to want it. We're not just giving, right? Guilt's not a gift, right? So we're just trying to figure out why we're keeping it. Do we love it, or are we keeping it because we feel guilty, or we think we should keep it?
Yeah.
If we love it, keep it. If we don't love it, where's it going?
Yeah.
Because it can't stay here.
Yeah. And that sounds simple, but it really is as simple as that. It's just making that decision. The decision, the stress you have around making that decision is not going to change. So just be like, today's the day. I'm making a final decision, and then it will be okay.
Because clutter really is many, many delayed decisions, right? You just didn't decide what to do with that thing, and it started to pile up, either in cabinets or in drawers or actually out on surfaces. Like, it has just started to pile up because as things come into the house, you did not make decisions on what to do with it. So it's all delayed decisions. So this day, the emotional backpack day, the purpose of that is to start building that mental muscle of just making a decision instead of delaying the decision. And that's it. We're starting to teach ourselves, hey, I can just decide on this. Like, I can decide what I'm doing here and move on. And this day can take 5 minutes or longer if you feel like you really are struggling with it. But it really doesn't have to be a long day.
Yeah. Journaling about something is a way to make that decision become clearer. Why do you love it, or why are you, hesitating on giving it away? What does it mean to you? What's the story around it? And if you're struggling to write the story or to answer those questions, then that is essentially making the decision for you.
Yeah, if you don't even know what the story is around it, it is not meaningful to you, probably.
Yeah. So pen and paper can help you.
Yep. Okay, emotional backpack, check. We can learn to deal with sentimental items.
Yeah, 3 days. We're almost halfway.
Yeah, almost halfway. Okay, hump day is so day 4, the digital pile. So clean out one digital category: your email, your photos, your downloads. And I'm not saying clean out the whole thing, because good Lord, if
mine
you could
would take
see mine,
much more than a day.
Yours would be mine's scary.
Yeah.
Whenever I take a picture of something on my phone that shows anything where I have the numbers of emails or whatever, people are like, oh my gosh, that would make me crazy. But so practice what you preach. But anyway, pick something. And I would just do this on a timer. I would do this for 20 minutes, 15 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on what that is. Focus on one folder of your, or one account, or, certain number of pictures or whatever. Because think about pictures. I mean, you have the same picture, like 6 or 7 of them. Pick the good one. Get rid of the other ones. May either set a timer or set, I'm going to let go of 100 pictures because you're not even actually letting go of that memory because you're just getting rid of all the extra pictures that you took that weren't the good ones, right?
Yeah, and I think email is the same way. You can, to keep this as a small, manageable task for just this one day, you could decide I'm going to unsubscribe to 20 emails today, and that would be accomplishing the task. Like, you're just getting started. You could just mass delete if your, my personal email is just junk. And so, getting that, I've gotten that, we talked about this category on an episode a few months ago, and I've worked so hard to keep my email boxes empty and delete things and unsubscribe. But now I'm like ready for that next category. Photos will take much longer than a day, and I feel like I have too many apps in my digital world. Like I download apps and then decide they weren't it, but I don't delete them, or I have apps that I'm not using on a daily basis that are giving me notifications, and it's like little pings of digital clutter all day long. So I think that'll be what I tackle next is apps and notifications.
But not paprika, because you got to keep that one.
That's my favorite app. Guys, that's the one.
Side note, we'll tell you about paprika someday.
Yes.
Ask us if you want to know.
Yes.
Okay. So digital clutter, I mean, you don't see it. It's not physical, but there is a mental load to it. And so if you can start cleaning out, whether that's your voicemails, whether that's your email, pictures, whatever that is that feels, maybe it's your text strings you have a lot of, things, whatever it is, start working on that. And I would just set a timer on that one, and because that one's not going to be done in a day. That one's just, we're starting to create a habit around
10 minutes
handling
a day
that
or
stuff.
whatever that looks like.
Yep. Okay, digital pile.
Yeah.
All right, day 5, the forgotten zone. Pick a neglected space like under your bathroom sink or inside your car, or like your glove box, or like something that you
center
just
console.
Right.
Of randomness.
Right. Things, areas that you don't open up very often, but stuff will have been shoved there for whatever reason. So pick an area like that, and they just quietly grow clutter because things will get shoved there every once in a while and kind of randomly, and so you will end up with a bunch of weird stuff like in these places.
I think in a lot of people's homes, if you're now an empty nester but you're still in like your family home, this could be like the hallway bath that maybe your kids used and went through the house, and it's not like you've cleaned that out down to empty when your kids move out. Or, your powder room bath, that things just get shoved under there, but it's not your daily use that you're coming across and realizing whether it's organized or chaotic. It's when was the last time you opened those cupboard doors in some of those spaces?
And I think what you'll find in these is they're quick and easy because there's stuff that's expired, stuff that you forgot you had. There's just going to be trash, stuff that's been abandoned, products that you have, that you just don't use or don't need because you don't look in there very often. And if you aren't looking in there, that means you aren't using it, and you don't need it.
Yeah, it's not even your products likely. It's someone else's. That isn't there anymore. And this could be like the linen closet with all the towels and sheets, not your daily use, places like that you're not going into, closets in those extra bedrooms where stuff gets shoved.
Yep. So the neglected zone, forgotten zone. Okay. Day 6, the clothing quickie.
Yeah.
Just choose 5 things and let them go. That's it.
Yeah. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. Look for stuff that's worn out. Might be your favorite, but it has holes in it. Might be time for it to go. Or stuff that you don't wear. If you look at it and think, I don't even know the last time I put that on. It can go. No longer your style. It's not in style. Doesn't fit you. Doesn't make you feel good. Like there are things that you put on and then you're like, and then you take it back off, and we put them back on the hanger and put them back. Why?
Yeah.
We are not going to wear those again.
Yeah, the way this is laid out, this is such a good one for that momentum we were talking about, because normally our tip around your closet is take everything out and make every decision. But this is not that. Today, it's just a quick, guarantee there are 5 things in every closet you could ever go to that you could just make a quick decision. So the harder ones, the ones you're not quite sure of, that's for another day.
Yeah.
This is just give yourself those empty hangers back, 5 items, quick. It's the same as that quick 100 that we've talked about that I used to do with my kids over the house. It's not the things that you have to fight yourself over or fight someone else over. Should we keep this? Should we not? It's just that quick surface grab of, okay, I had some wins. I got rid of some things really quick.
So I'll give you a couple other tips for your closet if you're going to keep that momentum going on that. So with your other 15 minutes, because that only took 5 today, take everything in your all of your hangers in your closet and turn them backwards. And so when you wear something and it goes through the laundry, take the hanger. Okay. I don't know if you do this. Every time I take my hanger, it goes in a same spot in my closet. It does not live in the middle of the clothes where it was. So work on that habit, because that is actually really helpful to not have all the empty hangers in between the clothes. So you take it off the hanger, you put your hanger with the hangers where they go on the side, and then when you wash it and you put it back on the hanger, you put the hanger in the right way. And so in 6 months, make a note in your calendar to check that. And everything where the hanger is still turned backwards means you haven't worn it in 6 months. And so it's probably time for it to go. Like, all of that can go. You aren't wearing it. And so all you're doing is leafing through it while you're trying to find the clothes that you do want to wear. And that's mentally annoying. You might not realize it, but it causes a mental weight.
Yeah.
So that's one trick. And then my other trick is put a donation bag in your closet. And when you put on something that doesn't fit right or doesn't feel right, you take it off. It goes in the donation bag. It does not go back on a hanger. You do not put it back. It just goes in it's not right anymore for whatever reason. Doesn't fit right, whatever it is.
Yeah, I have a certain number of hangers. And, this is good for after you've done that clean out, when you're down to, this is enough clothes. I have what I need. I have whatever. When I get new stuff, there's maybe, I'm pretty exact right now because I have, brought in some new stuff. And, but if I'm out of hangers, and I want something new, I've brought something new in, something has to go. So I know that it fits in my closet. It's not overstuffed. It's plenty of, the amount of clothes. But if I needed something new, it's because I wasn't finding what I wanted in the choices at home. So it's time for something to go.
Yeah.
So that one in, one out works really well with that limited number of hangers. And I just know I keep my hangers with nothing on them all in one spot too. So I'm like, okay, I have 3 hangers available. And
right.
Now when all the laundry's done, I'm really at that edge. I'm not sure I have any extra, but something will go next time something comes in.
And it'll be easier to get dressed because everything in there will be something that you love and feels good to wear. So the mornings will be easier. And again, that's something that you don't realize is irritating you until you do it. And then you're like, yeah, that was annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, we're 6 days in. We have one more day.
Yeah, the someday stack. So this is that pile of I'll deal with it later items. This is that, grocery bag of papers from my old house that I need to deal with now.
Need to go through.
Someday is now.
Yeah.
But it could be papers to file. It could be mystery cords, unread mail, a random box in the garage. I think I have all of these categories.
Yeah, I do too.
We probably all do. But today on day 7, it's just finally picking one. I think that they last for so long because there's not an urgency to address it,
Yeah.
random cords. They just exist.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that.
You don't even know what they go to anymore.
Yeah, but you don't realize that level of overload that all of this stacks on top of each other.
I think papers falls into this category so much. I think we don't want to deal with whatever it is that's happening with the paper. And so it just gets piled. And so I think those piles are often something that you need to deal with. I think everybody has boxes in the garage or the basement or the attic or the storage area that haven't been opened for a long time. Pick one of those and go through it and get rid of that box.
Yeah, especially when it's an assortment of random things. Get it grouped with other like things and get rid of what you don't need and just move through those decisions.
Yeah. And so you're going to sort that into keep, toss, to do, or unsure. You might have a maybe box. And so, I think everybody should always have a maybe box going. If you're going to be working through the house, the maybe box is, you can't quite make the decision about it. And so it goes in the maybe box, and you close up that maybe box, and 6 months, put a date on it. If you don't need it, whatever's in that box, then you just donate it straight without opening it, because you've already looked at it. So you have pretty much made the decision. Yeah. You just weren't 100% sure on your decision. And so you can, with, knowing that there's not $100 of cash in there somewhere and you're donating it, you know what's in there because you've already looked at it. You don't need to look at it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of these steps, they're an ongoing process for all of us. So having that rolling maybe box and, the donate bag handy in your closet or somewhere else in the house, all of that is taking these small habits and wins and just keeping them going for a few minutes each day.
Yeah.
To keep everything under control.
Yeah, so you created now, 7 days later, you've created 7 moments of clarity or peace, or you open that one drawer and you're like, oh, that's so great, and that's all of those are wins. Everything about that's a win. There's a pile that's been sitting there forever. It's gone. Maybe your kitchen counter looks great now, so all of those little pieces will start to stack and start to just make you feel like I can do all of this. Like this can happen. And you won't have everything done, and that's okay. You're just starting to create habits and know that it feels really good when you get it done.
Yeah. On the flip side of not having everything done, you also don't have nothing done.
Right. Yeah.
And
which is where we go because we get overwhelmed and then we just don't do any of it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So small steps in the right direction are still progress, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you need some extra layers of getting started, this is a great way to, have a friend be doing it at their house and just
accountability.
Accountability each day. Hey, did you do this? Here's what I did. We find success in that in so many things in life when we're just checking in with someone else.
Yeah.
So whether that's a spouse or a partner at home that's on board, or just a friend to text or call and say, what was your little mini challenge each day? That's a great layer to add on. And then revisiting if you've been keeping any kind of a list of things that hit you that, might be a little bit bigger project along the way. How are you going to break that down into the next 7 days or the next month and just continue to bite off small pieces? Yeah,
you could literally just rotate this one again, for the next week and just do another drawer and then another, visual zone. Or you could be like, it was really easy to do those hidden ones that I haven't looked at in a long time. And I really felt like that, got a lot done because I didn't need that stuff anyways. I'll do all of those right now, day after day. Or, I'm ready to go through my pictures or whatever that looks like. Pick some, you can either pick a category and just, but the point of it is make a daily habit, right?
Yeah.
Do something for 10 or 15 or 20 minutes every day, and you will be surprised at how much progress you can make in 15 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you just need that extra boost of the structure of a challenge, we've had plenty of episodes with some other challenges that might resonate with you in different ways, but still give you that accountability from Jody and I, giving you some direction. Some people really thrive in just having a system around it. So check out those episodes. We would love to hear your wins.
Yeah.
What did you accomplish in your 7-day challenge?
Show us the before and after of the junk drawer or whatever it is. Yes, we would love that.
Absolutely. You can find us on Facebook, on our Facebook Downsizing Roadmap group. Post your photos, show us.
Yeah, we'll put the link down.
Yeah, we'll put that in the show notes. And, we would just love to hear how it goes. The challenges are my favorite because people just get those wins and progress.
Yep.
Easily. So I think that's it for today. We will be back next week. If there are any resources that we can help you with, downsizingroadmap.com. And if you'd like our free guide that gives some more ideas on how to get started, that's also on our website, downsizingroadmap.com/guide. That's free. We'll send that out to you, and we would love to hear from you.
Yep. And if you're thinking about downsizing or helping a parent anywhere in the country, reach out to us. We help people connect with trusted agents nationwide. So Downsizing Roadmap /help. Not backsplash. /help.
Yes. Awesome. We will see you guys again next week. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Downsizing Roadmap podcast. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with someone who might need a little downsizing inspiration. Have questions or ideas for future episodes? Reach out to us on our website, www.downsizingroadmap.com. Until next time, let's keep simplifying and moving forward.